Right, so I'm back for the lunch macro. Um, we're trading up into the daily premium fair value gap. I'm wanting it to use this lower quadrant and fail to reach the midpoint of that daily fair value gap. And we're also trading into an hourly fair value gap here, and it's anchored to the lower quadrant in this octant. And it's 12:30. Which means it's just about time to run sell side. So I am watching this gap for inversion. It'd also be nice if it failed to reach the midpoint of this hourly fair value gap. I think that this bull flag here, the breakout of this bull flag, this larger one, and then this bull flag, I think that's just smart money accumulation of shorts. So I think it'll come down and take out this low for the macro. First, it needs to displace and close below this pretty low risk now as well. It's really tightened up here with the range. ES has taken this high. That's not a horrible place to potentially enter either. If it comes back up above here, I think I'll hop in with a stop up above this midpoint with the expectation that I wouldn't want to see it reach that. needs to close below this before I'll use it. And if it comes up into here, I'll get in there. It's a little annoying how it did that because I was gonna get in here, had it come up first. I like the idea of it not reaching this midpoint. I'd like to see this still end up closing below this Wix midpoint. It's about the 1250 macro. Around that time, I want to see it start coming back down. I like that it respected that 5-minute wick here. Wish I would have had a better entry up here. Because now I'm having to deal with this drawdown, but I still feel good about this bull flag failing. Like this 5-minute candle just to go lower here. Maybe trade up a little bit into this wick, but not much, and then come back down. That's looking good. So it respected the higher one, which is technically the correct one to be watching. But I just had them both annotated, but I like that. We tipped the high here and then came straight back down. We need to overcome this wick and then these inefficiencies. ES is already rolling over. That's good. It's been the stronger asset all day, so I'd want to see NQ start accelerating lower. I could have had a better entry, but that's okay. This is looking good. It left this small gap open right here, which is really good because it opened and it didn't have much room to leave a gap. It easily could have come up to this candle's low, but it didn't. It left that open and just ran away. That's really good. I'd like that to stay open now. It's an immediate rebalance right there. It came back down. That's good. I want to see it close below that wicks midpoint right there. Ended up filling in this gap and closing above that. That's not preferable. This would be the order block. Went up and touched that and fell back down. That's good. Check the hourly because the 1 o'clock candle is about to open. So this is what that hourly is looking like. Let's see, we have an hourly inefficiency here to trade to. So when this next hourly candle opens, I'd prefer to see it just run down immediately into this wick. And then this wick that it's creating, I'd want it to stay below the midpoint of that. Check the new 5-minute candle. That's nice. We already have just about an immediate rebalance on that 5-minute there, and it came back down. Want to start seeing it speed up lower here. I don't like that we're holding this midpoint. We need to break through that. ES has some displacement here. That's good. I really want to see NQ start losing some ground here. ES has already taken this low. ES has really obvious sell side here. It left really equal lows right here. So I'm also watching the 5-second chart. Really, really smooth lows right there. Right at 1 o'clock, I want to see it go lower. This hourly pulled up. So I can see that, how that candle opens. I'm going to draw in the wicks midpoint on that hourly candle. I'll make it yellow so that pops. The immediate rebalance in the hourly is right there. I want to see it break through that. See a breakaway gap as well. I don't want to see all the gaps get filled in. It needs to just start running lower. Used to use this as inversion and hold below the midpoint. Perfect. That's awesome. Literally last second, it came back down below that. Needs to get going though. So that order block, want it to stay below the yellow line. Preferably it not reach it, but I certainly want to see the bodies stay below that. Really want this candle to head lower. Don't want it to hang out here for too much longer. I don't like that. I don't like that I left that wick like that. Hmm. I like that this order block is really keeping it at bay. There hasn't been a single body closing inside of it. I don't like how much time it's spending here. Let's do 5 minute quick. ES is still trying to press lower, so it's kind of annoying that NQ isn't going. It's the weaker asset, but it's just staying in this range while ES is trying to press lower. Just swap out these highs here. I want this order block to hold it down, but hopefully this comes straight back down on the next candle. Then I think we could get some actual continuation lower. That midpoint there, that's good. I want this inefficiency completely filled in. That's the stop out. Spent too much time here. It's really annoying. Like that it left these lows here. I like the displacement. This is going to be my last attempt for the day. I think this could be a Judas swing. Taking out this high because it left these lows here. And I like how it displaced and did it quickly. I want to see this become an inversion. Hmm. Want to see this come right back down. This being a bull flag, and this is just tripping uh, buyers in above these highs. I like that that wicked like that. Now I'd like to see it run for this inefficiency. There's absolutely no reason to be going long up here. I think this is going to come back down for these lows, and then that could easily start a chain reaction down to all of these stacked lows, these relative equal lows. And this is just kind of my best case scenario. But this is my last attempt. Hmm. That hourly immediate rebalance here just stopped it, came back up, and then couldn't get back below this. They sent it up above these highs. Something else that would be interesting to check that I haven't yet would be the first hour's opening range. 30 is there. It's interesting. I'd really love it if it stayed below that and accumulated. And it'd be nice if 130 or even right now 120 ended up sending us back down into this. If that started the move lower, that would be pretty good. These lows right here are really clean. It should come back down to those, especially because we have this inefficiency there. Since this inefficiency is overlapping this projection, it would be interesting to watch. Obviously, I'd like it to stay below that daily octant and work its way through this. Closed above that. I mean, if it just grinds up to my stop, I'm just, blatantly wrong, and I'm just done for the day. This is a crazy move up. I mean, goodness. I mean, it's had no run on sell side. None. Other than this, but that's before 11:30. Like to see 130 send us back down. These lows are way too clean. Even if it's going to continue this crazy uptrend, it should come down to those really clean lows. And then respect this, like if it's going to stay bullish. But I'd like it to run through these and use this as inversion and then come down for these. I mean, I really wasn't expecting ES to start running for these highs that quickly. It's pretty annoying. I wanted to be bullish for these highs, but I mean, it's just not giving anything back. So, like, it's crazy. I don't know. fact that it didn't accelerate through this low down to this one, it got stopped there. That was a nice little warning sign for me to just go ahead and get out, but I was really thinking that this would just roll over. Now that it's 130, I'd like to see this be a high, start working back down. If it doesn't give up some ground during the regular trading hours, I'm very confident in it going lower during the overnight session. Just so hard for me to know when the market is just going to go in a straight line like this. Because often it can be bullish, but then the lunch macro will offer shorting opportunities, and the higher time frame bullishness doesn't, you know, get changed because of that. But then sometimes it's just in a straight line like this, and there's nothing it just feels like there's nothing I can do. It feels like I shouldn't be going long because it's so high up in the range, and then shorting is impossible. And it's hard for me to know when it's going to behave like that. It's extra annoying because last week I called this move higher and I'm not capitalizing on it at all. And then I'm getting beat up trying to short it. I mean, this to me seems absurd that the lunch macro is what I'm trying to trade. There's obvious sell side it could go take. It has been grinding higher all day. Hasn't taken any sell side other than here, really. But that's before lunch macro. Has all these stack lows up in here. Took this high out. Took this high out. Took this high out. With displacement here. And then this little consolidation. It is crazy to me that these equal lows have just been left here, and it's just pressing higher and higher and higher and higher with no sort of pullback. Like that just almost seems unreasonable to me. It makes me really confident that it will come down during the overnight session. Um, it's just frustrating. Hmm. Hmm. Especially if you look at the 5 minute. I mean, truly, this is the only place that we took liquidity all day, other than the market open. It's annoying that I didn't capture this move up to the buy side. Technically a break in structure here on the 1 minute. It really does seem crazy to me that it displaced like this and then just continued pressing higher. I know what they're doing. They're trapping more and more buyers, and they are hurting anybody that wants to go short, like relentlessly. Um, it's just that it's hard to know that that's what they're. It's hard to predict that that's what they're gonna do. Um, so it's like I understand why it's doing this, but I don't understand. Um, like I understand the reason for doing this, but I don't understand uh, why or how to predict that this is what they would do. Because it wouldn't have been. I don't think it's unreasonable to, during the lunch macro, shoot for an internal sell side liquidity pool. I don't think that's unreasonable, especially whenever we're this high up into the range inside of a daily premium for value gap. And I waited for macro and 1230. I think it made sense to be targeting going against this bull flag here. But the fact that they, and then whenever they displace it up like this, then I'm thinking, okay, well, they're running this out one more time. And so this is where I should be getting in short. But then they continue, they just, it's like relentless. They don't stop pressing it higher. And I don't know how to predict that they're going to do that. But I get why they're doing it. They're accumulating short positions and trapping bulls. That's what they're doing. Every time I short this and get stopped out, they're accumulating my buy stop as a short position. And they've done that to everybody trying to go short all day long. And then they're just generating lots of sell side below the market because it's just going straight up. That means that retail, anyone in retail wanting to go long has made really easy money today, and very few of them have lost money, other than probably right here. So I understand what it's doing. I just don't understand why. Like, why today would it just pump in a straight line? So we just entered macro at highs. I would expect it to start going lower. But it's kind of crazy just how straight up it is. It's insane, actually. Like, I had my best case scenario down here, but I wasn't necessarily going to demand it go there. I was really just looking for internal lows, like right here. I would have been pretty content with just that. And then if it started displacing, I would have moved my stop to here pretty aggressively just because that's easy. And then that was going to mitigate my loss from this morning. So I wasn't demanding like a full reversal, just a little retracement into here was what I was really, really confident in. And then this was just best case. So the fact that it's just gone up in the straight line to me is really crazy. It really seems like they want ES to take this buy side before non-farm payroll on Friday with how quickly they pumped it up here. And they left equal lows down here, so who knows what they're wanting to do. I was expecting them to accumulate down here and then start grinding higher and then maybe non-farm payroll accelerate it up to here, but it really seems like they're wanting ES to take these highs as soon as possible. Realistically, I don't think this is a normal Monday. Like, this is a huge range and it's straight up, and uh, like, this isn't normal. The lunch macro not running sell side is not normal. Um, so it really seems like they're pumping it pretty quick to get somewhere. Which is annoying because I wanted to be leaning along for the week. And if you're leaning along for the week, then it would make sense that on Monday you see a small retracement first. So that's what I was trying to go for today. But it's really just been straight up. I mean, like at this point, I just feel like I'm waiting for it to stop out. It's not doing anything. All right, that's the stop out. I'm done. This is absurd to me. Just absurd. Just look at the 15-minute chart. It's ridiculous. The thing that's really annoying is that I know that they will run it lower. Um, it could be here at 2 o'clock. Or if they really, really wanted to hurt people, they would just keep doing this. And then maybe they stop. Maybe it stops going higher before market close, but then it just goes sideways. Just in a straight line sideways. Doesn't even like actually retrace, just accumulates at the highs. And then overnight session snaps it up one more time, and then they go and take all these lows out during the overnight. That would hurt. That would hurt the most people, and that would prevent a lot of people from actually getting to participate in a move lower because it would be overnight. So that's what's really annoying. It's just that I know that they will come down. I just don't know when they're going to do it. Because, I mean, this is insane. I think ICT has talked about there's like obvious manipulation, like whenever they're holding it in a range, that's them keeping it stuck. I believe he's also said that whenever it's in a straight line in one direction and there aren't any sweeps of liquidity that create continuations like this sweep of liquidity here, that's good, that's fine, and then it continues higher. But then it forms all the sell side here, and then the lunch macro fails to run that out. It would be one thing if the lunch macro came down, took out these lows here, and then continued pumping higher. That would be one thing, but it didn't do anything at all. I believe he said that when it does stuff like that, that's another form of manipulation. Whenever they just send it and they don't allow the macros and the time of day to fluctuate price in the way that it's supposed to. Because they're definitely hurting a lot of people with this move straight up. And then all the longs that are feeling really good about themselves, they'll probably gap it against them tomorrow or during the overnight session. Because there's no way that they're just going to send this in a straight line and not disrupt longs first before reaching its final destination all the way up here. So, yeah, I don't know. Another example of me not participating in a pretty nice continuation move at 10 o'clock. It seems like I'm always trying to get in on the reversal, and I'm never trying to get in on continuation. There were 2 times last week, I think it was last week or the week before, where there were nice continuations at 10 and I did not take them because I didn't trust them. And then again today, there's that. And then the lunch macro provided nothing. Just literally, it's kind of crazy to look at because 11:30 is right here. 1:30 is here. And it did nothing but generate buy side, and it took literally nothing. It, like, if I just draw it out, 11:30, 1:30. So within this time range, there's a pivot low, lows formed here, stacked lows even, stacked lows here, low here, stacked lows here. And they took, like, none of it got taken. It's insane. And then if we look to where it is right now, it's still just going higher. Like, it's kind of crazy. It really, I don't think, would have been unreasonable. I have this here. If, at 12:30, which is when it should run liquidity, we do this, just ignore the color. Like, I don't think it would have been unreasonable to, I mean, even just take out this little low here, but to come down to here, and then maybe we use this bullishly, like if it wants to really keep going higher. That would have been normal, I think. How do I stop that? This would have been like reasonable, bare minimum, what it should have done. But no, it just straight up. So I don't know. I think days like this, it's like they're hurting anybody short, anybody wanting to go short, and then for retail, people that are wanting to go long, it's almost like they're giving them a dopamine hit or a reward or a cookie to keep them here. Like like they're giving them some profit because this is a retail bull flag, this is a retail bull flag, bull flag. It's just bull flags all day, and none of them have gotten stopped out. They're allowing all of them to break out and actually keep running. So it's almost like they're luring them in or enticing them with profit, and then they'll run against them later in the week aggressively. So it's like, I'm sure ICT knows when they'll do stuff like this. And so he can capitalize on these types of longs potentially. Probably not up here, but certainly down here. Um, but I just don't have the experience to know that they're going to do something like that. This is really untradeable for somebody with not a lot of experience because you shouldn't be going long up here. You really should not be. But it just continues higher. And then if you have that mindset and you're wanting to go short, it's impossible. It is impossible to go short. I mean, unless you got in the morning and held it all day, that's the only way that you're having a good day today, realistically. Or if you're chasing it, which is never, ever, ever a good idea, but they're allowing that to be okay today. Um, so I feel really confident overnight we'll have a nice move lower because they'll want to roll over top all of these lows, at least a lot of them. So I don't really feel too bad about it because I don't think they were bad entries necessarily. I think they all made sense. This one was really annoying because my computer shut down, locked up, and I couldn't manage it. So that was a full stop. The shorts that I took in here, I think were really, really good, especially my management. They were both break even. They were both in profit by a decent amount because I was able to go to break even. But it was just bullish, so they didn't work. And then probably when these ones didn't work, I should have flipped my bias long because I knew that these highs were here. And then lunch macro just wasn't allowed to function as it's intended to. So, kind of an annoying day, but I'm not really upset about the lunch macro. It almost feels like kind of tilty, like, oh, I took like losses going short in here, and then oh, I'm going to try to go short again at the high of day, but it really isn't. It should have gone lower here. It really, really should have. And me taking the second trade here, I don't think is bad either, because I think on any other normal day, uh, if this here didn't send it lower, this one certainly would have. Um, so yeah, that's probably it. Just a really annoying Monday. And then since non-farm is on Friday, Tuesday and Wednesday is probably going to be more challenging to trade. But honestly, I think back and forth, choppy high resistance is honestly somewhat easier to trade than days like this where it just goes in a straight line, because I don't know, they're both really challenging like environments to be in. I mean, that's insane. It's absolutely insane. Like, how do you go long? Like, it's just so crazy to look at. Yeah, I'm going to be completely done for the day. I'm not even going to look at this for the afternoon set or the afternoon session. I'm not even going to look at it. I don't care. I'm not going to look at it overnight. I don't know, I might look at something overnight on ES, but I don't know. At this point, I don't care. I just kind of want them to do whatever they're going to do overnight and then just focus on tomorrow morning. But I'm calling it. Overnight's going to come down here, like for sure. No doubt in my mind.